Hello and welcome back to what I believe is part 3 of playing Beacon Pine Slowly. uh, I'm going to maybe finish the game today. I don't really know. I think it's within striking distance, but there might have to be a part 4. Uh, anyway, let's get into it. Oh yeah, I got to this point. That's a fun way to start a video. Okay, and I guess we do break now. Sure, you can eat Rolo. You're not going home? No. Promise Rolo I tell him about. Promise you tell him what? Spit it out, Bob. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. Looming mansion, rich reclusive owners, even smells shady. Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Speaking, I can't do it in a cutscene. Oh, yes, I can. Speaking of hiding, who's she talking to? Expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about. Proper shady stuff. Someone that, in a suit like that, tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I won't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see that look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. There's one thing I've learned, is that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady. But that's just flat out supervillain talk. You don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this? Family. If you couldn't tell, that was my impression of the Fast and Furious series. I do take tips. I work for tips. An answer I can certainly respect. Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion. Oh, Three Little Pigs mentioned. Wait, no, that's not. Sorry, I'm an idiot. The Little Red Riding Hood mentioned. I want his sweater. You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yes. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. That's the wrong button. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course we're not worried. Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Or maybe try minding your P's and Q's. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here, acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of... There. Would you like my eternal soul as well? My soul is immortal. I wonder what happens if we go to Dawn tonight's newspaper stand during the night. Oh, not here. Nancy's secret will be revealed in due time. Question is, what's the good intoned? Are you prepared to live with the truth? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought a little odd. Pretty weird, for sure. Well, the customer's always right. That's not the original saying. The customer's always right in matters of fashion, I think, or matters of style. So the customer isn't always right. But if the customer wants to dress in a really weird clothes, you don't tell them no. You don't go, that looks a little weird. You go, yep, that's correct. And I think this falls under that. But still, the customer isn't always right. Never use that excuse on someone. If someone uses that excuse on them, go, no. I can't wait. Mm. Lure drop. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo, he's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny, even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the fowl harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what that fowl harvest thing is. Kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay, there used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. Know what also works? Crop rotation. Or polyculture. I don't know a lot about farming, but I do live in a rural area, so I know a bit about this. If you rotate your plants, my brain tried to say plants and crops at the same time. If you rotate your crops, it's better for your soil. Or if you like plant crops that work together, it's really good for them. For example, squash, beans, and corn all grow really well together, and one of them fixes nitrogen in the soil, and one of them takes a lot of nitrogen out of the soil. So they kind of just cycle each other, and it's like, okay, there's a net zero gain or loss of nitrogen in the soil, which is really good, which means you don't have to nuke your field with fertilizer. Now, is fertilizer a benefit? Often, yes, but you don't just use fertilizer. Do other things that are better for the environment. Ever heard of the Dust Bowl? That was because people didn't take care of their fields. Uh, so Valentine's grew and grew because Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used fertilizer. Things were good. Instead of seeing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed how? Good and bad match. Maybe it was in the water, air, or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. What is my laptop doing? No, you're not allowed to do that. My laptop does weird things occasionally. Yeah. Actually, Valentine's fertilizer worked like the opposite of real fertilizer, which is why it caused this problem. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year, the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. No one knows why? Nope. I take it Rolla's farm got the short end of the stick? Yep, for some reason, their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reform Initiative? Yeah, first thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. We better get going. Yeah, I can't explain why without spoilers. Valentine's fertilizer doesn't work right, and why it does the opposite of normal fertilizer, and why it was always doomed to fail. I can't explain that yet, but I can give you hints by explaining how actual fertilizer works. Actual fertilizer just really puts a bunch of nutrients into the soil, including nitrogen, which is really important for a lot of plants. And so it kind of just keeps the ground good for growing plants over and over again, because growing the same plant over and over again can be tough on a field. But also, like, if you rotate planting corns, beans, and letting your field rest, uh, that would have about the same effect because beans actually put nitrogen from the air into the soil, and corns use a lot of water and a lot of nitrogen. And then your fields really need to rest every once in a while. Like you could rest your fields every third year and have graze cows on them. Like just put some grass down and graze cows on them every third year, and that would be really helpful because guess what fertilizer is made out of? Yeah, it's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Where's who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control. You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca. You know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. I'm gonna lock in for this, which means I gotta put up my hair. Ooh, maybe I should put in my uh, dragon one. I have a cutie cup, which is a piece of merch from the Wings of Fire series, and they're slap bracelets with like a small, like essentially beanie baby of a dragon on them. Doing this one hand start, but in theory, you could use one as a hair holder. I forgot the term for a moment. I think my hair is a little bit too short for it because it's more like to pull out than a regular one, but we can try. Ah, dang, I missed. Ah, dang, I missed. Ah, I walked. I wonder if I can fish right now. Malice 80 proof whiskey. Hard liquor for a hard man. Let's leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Should we give it to Mom? She likes Julie. That's a sweet thought, Buckaroo. But I'm not sure she'd fully appreciate a pawn bracelet. I love thyme. It's one of my favorite seasonings. Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures. If he had his way, the property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. Anyways, back to being good at video games. That went a lot more to the right than I thought it would. Yeah, this game's gaming system isn't great. Cross court. That's actually fairly close. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Geoff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'd vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse. So, like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were spotters? Don't think so. Seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing masks, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw Harris Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit. And they weren't there for idle chit chat. It was proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There was an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You are almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit, and then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Harris Valentine. Pretty much. Beginning to think this town is kind of ransom. No offense. So we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town, and their leaders are Gran and she tried to murder you. First of all, for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it could have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mom went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up? I'm just saying. Sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. You could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Polly says folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. My Gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? Kind of the whole point of hiding something? I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. Count me in. time is it? Rowan, what on earth is that? Hmm? The ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? Helps me think. You're going to need a lot more of those. Joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. Coast clear? Yep, whatever she's been up to this week, I think it's been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well, the game is afoot. If I were Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it. Aha! I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, good detective never knows to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rolo. Drat, it may already be too late. Just thinks of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm going to stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Yeah, the closet upstairs. So maybe it stands to reason we should check there first? No dice, it's blocked. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea what he is. If it's really important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes. Who's ever thought, I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she always worried I'd break her fancy dishware in the kitchen. That doesn't matter anyways, I can't reach the latch. Alright, Rolo, this is your time to shine. Ah yes, you have called upon my expert detective skills. Now I shall proceed with. Hey, this isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still. Got it. Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me just yank on this random teacup and that's not how it looks like. Seems like your grand has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do you think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, so more of a unhinged conspiracist vibe. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor? Well, you're gonna read it? Here, let me help. How about you actually read some of it? One sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight through the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Wow, I had no idea we were in the presence of a preeminent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed. Ah, here we are. Following up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperatures continue to drop. He now describes soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to symptoms exhibited by Mrs. Wilby just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph. Sheesh, creepy. Yeah, that's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncle's name. Wait, there's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Wilby claims the tap water in his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental? Lab results only raise more questions. It looks like he came back to this report later and made those notes, so it might be related to something else. I just couldn't help her. The days, or whatever it is, progresses so fast. His wife fast returns condition follows close behind, exasperated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands. What does it say next? That's where it ends. What? There has to be more. Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical. See? What do you mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hands? This is bullshit. Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sir, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Moncrief has a check mark. The flipboards are all in a big circle. My mom's are both on here, both with question marks. Guess Valentine has a question mark. Harris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Uh, Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. Killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. I know what this means. Uh, I'm not going to spoil it though. But I also have one of those, but it's not for like keeping track of people. I use it for world building. Can I punch this? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. And jam jars? That's enough jam to feed the whole town. And what kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? She wouldn't she wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs, right? Only one way to find out. Huckleberries? A hint of brown sugar? And ink? What? Aha! Addressed to Miss Fratelli. A grand jam, Graham. Last night, it says, last night I used the disguise Harris provided to scout the location. Timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. Aw man, are they doing a heist? Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more bombshell than bomb, right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke guy around here. Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look here, there's even a pathway drawn on it. Starts at the entrance to town, and if we follow it, it leads right to Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. Um, Rolo, that doesn't look like treasure to me. Then the path on the map has the same symbol as those explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure. Real bummer. Rolo, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? The festival. Oh, why did you just say this feels like a kind of situation? Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. Wrong button. She's gotta blow up the festival. The festival. The King's Festival? Not if we stop her. What was that? What was that? No, I heard it too. That was the front door. Which means someone just shut the door. Which means someone's upstairs. Quiet. Hit the lights. Anyone down there? Yoo-hoo. I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Just. Huh. Guess it's nothing. Flaming chicken coop! Rolo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there? Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there's only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rolo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person? You sure clobbered him good, Rolo. He's knocked out cold. Mr. Tulliver? Yeah, I'm feeling chill today. I'm in pain, so it's hard to not be chill. I'll handle this. Just gotta play it cool. Golly, I sure got my bell rung. Sorry, Mr. Tolliver. This was all a big mistake. Luca, what's going on here? Why do you have me struck down? No one's fault, really. Rolo just got a little bit startled. Rolo's here? Well, alright. Mistakes happen. You kids gave old Hiram a good scare. Let's just get me out of these ropes and call it even. Mr. Tolliver, why are you in my grand's basement? I'm here to help, of course. Help with what? What's my grand up to? If you just cut me loose, I can show you. How do I know I can trust you? Luke, have I ever done anything wrong by you? No. Since your grand moved through town, haven't I been nothing but welcoming? Yeah. So why should I turn my back on your family now? It's just all this stuff seems pretty weird. A board with names of people from town, archived my dad's old disturbing patient notes, barrels of explosives. I can explain everything. You just need to untie me. You kids deserve an explanation. That's a good lie. This all makes sense in time. You see, this town has secrets, Luca. A very dark past indeed. A past that must be brought to light. Son of a... He just locked us down here. I wasn't lying, you know. This is for your own good. You kids just keep tight down there. And let the adults handle this. Play it cool, huh? Not now, Beck. Well, Mr. Tolliver. Mr. Tolliver? I said, Mr. Tolliver. What in the world? Who? Who's there? I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating. You can do this my way, or well, let's just say I've never needed another way. No else. What? I don't even. You tied me down. How on earth could I do the cha-cha slide? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What you doing around? What you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. Make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran? Gotta help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival. Good lord. No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's heading to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Spark Plug? Damn, Rolo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push this caliber any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It's got, it just got set up for the festival. That tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's any information about the sourcing, Kato can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Maybe we should check the front desk. Dang, this is a dang nice library. Thanks, we worked hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Well, Kato hung out here so much that eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free? It's quiet. I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for y'all? We need a favor. I already told you to roll it. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hinkatami. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What you looking for? Yeah, that's the thing, we sort of don't know. What you got on the history of the town? There's the county record archives. What's in those? Verse, desk, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was started. Great, we'll start there. If I have to reach any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in these asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life, until he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears. If you got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be Warren County Records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself. Your county record? Really? That's the best you've got? And I'm done with you. You'll be the footnote in history. Just like Jay Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, hey, hey! We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and wait. What was that name back? In the bit, Jay Hartford from Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? Jay Hartford. That's my grand's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were two J. Hartfords. Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your ground is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with? Alright, gang, I gotta close up for the night. How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me. I gotta go. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I'll think of something. Oh no. Maybe woke up, escaped from his findings, and left without a trace. What do I do? Okay, I can figure this out. I just need a little brain food. This is a sin. Mr. Nuncree. Okay, now I can think. So if Grant knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If he doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is go to bed and act as if nothing's wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool. Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. The Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Rest now, and let me handle everything. The festival. Oh, I just got drugged. The festival. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam? Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. Not this one. This one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked, but we haven't seen anything odd. Gran is nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is looking around and waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got. Everyone is gathered at the stage. Let's get moving. Ahem. Is this thing? Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already knew that. Uh, oh yes, before we get started, I just want to take a moment to recognize couldn't, someone who couldn't be here today. Town wouldn't be where it is without my father. So I thought we would begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Even that's more than old codger deserved. Yeah. Right, where was I? Gus Valentine, everyone. Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything, but I suppose I could say a few words. Ah, I'm going to need to wet my throat before I do this. I think I might have scarred my vocal cords at some point. I don't really know yet, but in the past few weeks to a couple of months, I've been experiencing a lot of throat pain and struggle to speak. I also just have been struggling to speak my whole life, and especially since I've been speaking a lot in the past hour or so. This is going to be hard for me. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium. My note cards are in my desk, but I'll pull them out. Oh, one my life. Community, conviction, commitment. These are things we celebrate perennial harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. And I am dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago that fate brought me here. Simple business trip which brought me to a small town, which would change my life forever. You know what? From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was changed out me recognize the potential of this town. See the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to things that made them special. Community, conviction, commitment, change. Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to y'all than community. Perennial harvest is community first and foremost. The only way you made it through that foul harvest was unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. The festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other. We now walk in hand to a future that we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. And I am tickled pink that we will be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was that? Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm. Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town. So it is with happy heart that I can proclaim our harvest awaits. Putting the note cards back. No. What's going on here? You're that Malwo, Joel. Please, call me back. Sorry about all of this. It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Jennifer sent you here? You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes sense. Oh, I'm so sorry. That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. You never know who to trust in this town. Very true. So it turns out we're both here to destroy the evidence. Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough. She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I'm finished cleaning things up down here. You sure you can finish this up on your own? Unifer trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? It's nothing really. The other day I hit the radio on scam while we stocked the candy shelf. Wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in the perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it? It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's relief. Between me this Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies. Ah, you guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time Mr. Tolliver has had a candy shop. But all he ever sells us is apples. The password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine, in the meantime, I found an idea. Well, it could be a Caesar cipher, a letter to number and Caesar cipher. It could be an acronym, not an acronym, uh, anagram. It could be an anagram. So U would be 21, N would be 14, D would be. Ooh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore. Whoa, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Oh, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what current Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Harris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We then agreed to turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. This is just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed? We have a new choice now to make now, sister. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be Gus. Good night, Harris. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. Mmm, delicious. Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? Might say we have an arrangement. Sometimes it's small pleasures in life, though we might not always have family to rely on. Licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. Whoever floats your boat. Can tell a lot a person by their choice of confection. Oh yeah, yes. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I've always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed picked licorice and thought he must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There's many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. Well, he's right. It's locked. There's gotta be more clues. Okay, let's see. Is it the lamppost? Yeah. Okay. Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no. This is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Crennude's drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. The password. Sorry, I can't do like the whole crack them all at once. I can only crack them individually. Ooh, that's a big one. Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we. I knew it. You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luke, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Well, at one point or another, you said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like each of these has something written on them. This suit has a broken mask. So how he found our mysterious warehouse creeper? Well, we at least found their hazmat suit. It walks like an uncreed and talks like an uncreed. Let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going down to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Perennial Harvest main office. And that's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff? Is she involved in all this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. And a series of tubes. Paul always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. That's the thing about Pa. Don't always realize what he means until it's too late. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Earthling. I've read enough Pinkatonic to know my way around sci-fi tech. Eeny, meeny, miny. Rollo, what did you do? Nothing! I didn't even mow yet! What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers, Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreep. You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before all of this. That's a lie. True. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist, both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were a sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick. Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine came to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. My dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people. I think I could never get him to understand us. It's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plot lines. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharp Valentine, he'll make sure they keep saying saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone. The Sharper's long gone, but he still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what he's doing. I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand. What? You really don't know. My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to shut the festival? Why would she? How does she know? Apparently she knows lots of things. What? Let's say this isn't the only underground layer we busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man. You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. Oh, that was the wrong voice. She had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why? She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it could catalyze and, dear God, she's going to freeze us all. Y'all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. You good? Yep. I love this town. Hmm. That was intense. Yeah, I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like it got on any of us. I didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place sucks. Why would anyone want to blow something up out here? Only one way to find out, I suppose. We gotta catch up to Nuncreed. I think we went this way. And this looks familiar. Yeah, maybe we can clear up the snow. No time, Mr. Nuncreed's getting away. Oh, this is starting to feel really familiar. I may not be the most well versed on all things Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of a town. Ah, I've got it. So obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. These species can only live in sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through those metallic wormholes back there. Final objective: kill us all and shapeshift into decompined citizens of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving. I haven't done that yet. Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. It wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Grant? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment. Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper. You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How can I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. Trusted you, and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive. That's not true. Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to effect change. Very convenient that your wages happen to line your pockets. Now that's not fair. Well, that's an easy choice. Oh wait, got pressed up. This all makes sense soon, Luca. And everything can go back to normal. I promise. Can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't. See, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in my life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to. Yeah. Okay, so this is the only option I haven't completely filled out right now. So review of what's happening in this timeline. Rolo goes missing. Uh, we almost kill Iggy. Iggy hides in our treehouse. We go to the treehouse in the middle of the night. We're attacked by the clipboards, and we have a cannon. And instead of shooting at people, we shoot into the forest. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr, we'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See ya, jerk. Fine, you know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. That's actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? Don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. And that's what's up with Winter Wonderland. All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. What's the readout? Sitting just above 2 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. 258 Kelvin, that's like almost 0 to. That should be low. That is below. I don't have my phone on me, it's not within reach. I can't tell you if that's below 0. That should be below 0 Celsius or nothing would be frozen. Should we report this to Miss Kerr? Nah, still within safe ranges. It might be spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to set up before we punch out. Let's get this thing over with. What's all this? Hard to say with all this now. I think it's the town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. But town could this even be? There couldn't be another town this deep into Leaf Wood. I'm looking at that evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines? How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around. Where did all the snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. There's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and this Arctic hellscape. Puddle we've fought before. It was cold too. Maybe all leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? Going to get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Oh, a manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. Luca? Luca, are you there? It's that Bozer Kurt. Hope nothing bad has happened to you out in those woods. No need to be rude. It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy, you Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mother was sure. Your mom sure was a handful. But yeah, I keep moving. Everyone's gone. What? There's nothing here but more snow. There must be an explanation for all this. We have to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we have to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Inkatomic stories. We aren't going to save the day. We aren't even going to save ourselves. My face is mangled. The town is destroyed. Everyone everyone we've ever known is gone. You don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyways. Let's just rest for a little bit. The way the, the way the snow covered everything over, Kinda calming. Yeah, I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sorta froze up back there. Icky, I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? No, of course not. Second, stop this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper, obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Iggy, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody goody types take forever to understand this very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things to get into fights? It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rollo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control. Perfect little Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life's not perfect. Everybody tell my team. Not everybody. Hell, that new girl hasn't even unpacked yet, and she already likes you. You have Tish. I love Tish. Tish is great, but she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know? Mhm. I get that impression. Must be raining out here. Definitely. Ah, I punched something on accident. You should probably try and get some sleep. Yeah, let's lay low for now. Farewell, we'll get to the bottom of all this. Luca? Yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad. I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what? Hmm? When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one, this one wasn't half bad. Ooh, I love that quote. Get your hands off me. Just what you think you're doing. You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you big-hatted, scarfy neck furball. Hmm. Let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend? An observer? And hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of probability? Great. How about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat. How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Oh, dang. Very well. Wait, do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You're gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you. I'm getting out of here one way or another. Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up. Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home. Come here. Close your eyes. Okay, open them. This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nat, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weed Woods, or we teleported to some alternate universe, or this is just all some cool experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight, as opposed to gay. As I said, this is Beacon Pines. The original, true Beacon Pines. You both grew up here. The town you felt home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering to be feared, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Indeed, to pull off such a feat would require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not requires a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You think so, unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. For the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to a miraculous thing we call the brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, a revulsion, really. But the brain it has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. So you're saying that someone made an entirely new town, moved all of us nowhere, and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty. The best one can do is uncover the source. Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed? It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could. This is really home. Iggy, it's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Leafwood. You're here. All this time I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here, alone, in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. I ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. Dad, what do I do? Why'd you give me the slip like that? Well, if I couldn't find you, you jerk. Oh, Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes. We gotta hide. 259 Kelvin. Fall off distance is still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated. Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah. Come on. It's almost lunchtime. Haha, weirdo. Here I thought I was the jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves. I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some advice. Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover? Who ya helping? Dicky, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah blah blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you, acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah! Karen his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? That mentioned something about a source. Whoever is at the source, it must be awfully valuable for the harvest. Sure would be ashamed if something unfortunate were to happen to the precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? Small enough to steal? We snatch it. It's too big to snatch? We smash it. What if it's too big to smash? I'm sorry, I can only crack my knuckles every so often. Like, even I can only do it every once in a while. I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad. I promise. Let's do this. It can get awfully cold out there in those woods, and probably best you two stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rollo? Where's my mom? Did you kill her? Oh heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you? Oh, do I? Aw, shucks. Now that hurt my feelings. Screw that guy. Wait a minute. This is the original town, then that means... What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker or stuff they give to kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. And long stories require water. You and Rollo were doing some chores at Rollo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another. No, you didn't. Ah, that's the wrong button. Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare. But like I said, these were some primo fireworks. So I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on your faces. Rollo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried them under that tree. When I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some grown up found them and tossed them. Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved, but it was us. Unbelievable. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, Polio. You're not a hero. You're a little brat who is in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman and superhero. I was always partial to Hank Comics myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast off, loser. Crooked. Just like this whole stinking place. Echo, echo, echo. Whoa. I can see why they wanted to move us all out of town now. But why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. This is the source? It's a dang hole? How do we smash a hole? Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Kerr! Where's Rollo? I was in line before. He's safe. Well, safer than you two at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you? Really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all this? Well, that's a doozy of a question. This is the source, where we collect the unrefined. Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heaven knows. My role is merely to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You are a smart boy. It really is nothing personal. Some people are destined to strive for greatness, others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you were destined to be a creepy lackey. Point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime, and you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not going to be so winning after we're done with you. News now, boy, there's no need for melodrama. Makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit. Scene change! There, that's better. Deal with them. Why are you smirking? 'Cause I have a box full of fireworks and you don't. Stop. Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you. Regret is one of my specialties. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know, I'm an exceptional liar. Bup. That's far enough. Stop, you fool. Call off your goons. Very well. You can all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. Just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this? Ooh. Whoa. You reckless child. What have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? Doesn't make a damn difference. They're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way to get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfish and just let go? Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing part of Phileas Young. Dum dum dum, dum dum. Wow, can you believe this guy? Kerr, just let go. No can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay. You aren't going to kill your friend like that, are you? I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. No, I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no. As I told, and I told you, what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's the only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. Makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs. Luca, let me do this. Let me do the right thing for once. Okay, so if we think about this logically, uh, we could kill an innocent person, or a mostly innocent person, and kill someone who is suspected of being evil, well, very suspected of being evil, but he's not the leader, and honestly, someone would probably replace him, so it wouldn't actually do that much good in the long run. Or we could save him, and both Iggy and me would probably still die. So the empathetic part of me would probably want to save Iggy just because I don't want to kill a person. I don't want to kill two people. But the empathetic part of me is on permanent vacation right now, so I'm going to have to go with the logical choice of if I save Iggy, we probably both die. If I kill Kurt, I've removed a bad person, and Iggy was probably going to die either way, and I saved myself. So I have to accept Iggy's request. Good. Hello, goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. Curious. Ah, but of course, those fireworks of Iggy's must have been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before Perennial Harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyways. How? Tempest looked at me this particular substance can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. Closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk that makes things cold and the fireworks make the both freeze over? That's one way of putting it. As some luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case. Will take them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you don't know all this, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each one of us has our own role to play. Iggy's role until now was to buy his precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role? Luca Van Holten, you're going to save the world. Let's see if I can finish this really quickly. I'm going to activate speedrunning tactics. Nope, I did it. Okay, let's switch to something a little less harming and say, apparently there's going to be a part 4, I think. Maybe this was part 4. This was either part 3 or 4. There's going to be another part. That will probably be the last part. Who knows for sure? You can expect that in about a week. But goodbye. Have a good rest of your day, and goodbye.